All right, perfect. I'll make sure it's on, then I'll hop off. It's taking a second. Hang on. It's 40 seconds. There it goes. Good to go. Good luck, Dino.
No, that's fine. Oh, you don't want to see the coffee maker and stuff. That's fine. Now I'll go like this.
All right. It's a beautiful day at Seven Summits Lodge, everybody. I'm Doug Anderson. Dino Cruz here. I'm going to try to follow up last week's very popular knife sharpening class with a class on how to make our skillet cookie, one of our most popular desserts here at the lodge. Dino's going to walk you through that. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to type them into the text bar. Also wanted to remind people that there is a link to the recipe in the description of the video there if you're interested in that. So enjoy and let us know if you have any questions. Dino, it's all you.
Thanks, Doug. Like Doug had mentioned, this is one of our, I believe it's our most popular dessert here at the club. It's our skillet cookie served warm with vanilla ice cream on it. So today we're just going to make it. I have the mise en place, which is our ingredients all put together here. So we have our 5 ounces of butter, baking soda, salt, vanilla extract, 2 eggs, semi-sweet chocolate chips, just Hershey's brand, all-purpose flour, white sugar, and brown sugar. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take a mixer. If you do not have a mixer, it's okay. You just need to leave the butter out. So I left this butter out probably about 2-3 hours just to kind of have it soften a little bit. But if you don't have a mixer, I would leave it out overnight, and then that way you can just kind of work with it with a hand whisk. It'll make it a lot easier for you. But if you do have a mixer, that's kind of what we're going to go with here. Very simple. We have our paddle attachment. And we're going to do the first thing is creaming the butter with the sugar, because that's the part that takes the longest. So we put our butter in there, our brown sugar, and our white sugar. And we're going to cream the butter, which essentially just kind of means it's going to be the texture of whipped cream once... Uh-oh. Power issue here. Okay. So we're going to slowly incorporate the butter with the sugar just until it kind of mixes up a little bit, so that way the sugar doesn't fly everywhere. And once it's kind of doughy in there and looks like sand, then we're going to go ahead and kick it up a notch a little bit. And then also have this rubber spatula to kind of scrape the sides. Make sure we're just getting all the ingredients in there. Okay. And then we're going to mix, while this is creaming the butter and 2 sugars, we're going to do our flour mixture, which is going to be the flour, the baking soda, and the salts. I'm using kosher salt at this point. And we're just going to mix it. Really simple here. Okay. And so now it's kind of looking a little doughy, which is what we want it to look. About another minute or two here. We're going to turn it up a little bit to get it going. Just keep in mind you don't want to turn it up on high right away. Otherwise, all your ingredients might tend to fly out of the mixing bowl there. Okay, so about halfway through. So I want to mix it for probably about another minute, minute and a half, but I'm going to go ahead and add the vanilla extract in there. And we're also using real vanilla extract. And again, keep in mind you want to start slow. Let it absorb the vanilla, and then go ahead and go back up to high speed there. So at this point, we're looking for a spreadable consistency on the butter. So overall total amount of time, probably about 3 minutes. I would say a minute and a half. The first half, add your vanilla, and then about another minute and a half. Okay. I do have our oven preheated to 375. And also a couple of things that are going to come in handy for us is this pan spray. It's our version of ham, pretty much like a grill pan spray. That way, our cookie won't stick to the skillet. We have an iron skillet, and also we have a cutting board, just to kind of be able to shape our cookies and push down and shape them to the skillet. Okay, I'm gonna move this. So at this point, all we should have left is our chocolate chips and our 2 eggs. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Also, sometimes you can bring the bowl down and then let it mix, and it'll kind of release some of the stuff that's on the paddle there. All right. So we're looking for a spreadable consistency. Looks pretty good right now. We are just going to scrape our paddle and just make sure all our ingredients are back in the bowl. Okay. And then again, we're going to incorporate our eggs at this point. 2 eggs right in there. Bring up the bowl, start on low, always. Keep an eye on it. Once it's incorporated into the mixture, then we can go a little bit faster. Keep in mind, do not ever stick your hand in there while the mixer is moving. Very dangerous. So I'm just scraping the sides. That's really important, because we measured out our ingredients. Baking is pretty exact measurements with baking. So specifically, you have to make sure all the ingredients are properly in there. Okay. So about a minute with the egg. Just enough to mix with our flour mixture. I'm sorry, with our butter, cream butter mixture. Now we're going to add our flour mixture. Bring the bowl down. So usually I like to add it a little bit at a time. I don't know if you guys can. Let's go like a third at a time here. Going back to low. This also prevents all the flour from going everywhere, making a mess. So now we're looking about medium speed. Add the rest of the flour here. Oh, yeah. Another round, medium speed, about 10-15 seconds. Okay, and then the rest. right, we're back on medium speed. Let it mix a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and scrape it again because we have some stuff stuck on the bottom now. Go ahead and pull that down if you need to. And we're almost there. This should make about four nice portions of cookie. 4 to 6. Really depends on how big you want them, but we have a 4-inch iron skillet cookie, so we're gonna do it to about the size of that. We're gonna add our chocolate chips. Okay. Sometimes I kind of want to bring the bowl up a little bit. That way it gets to the bottom there. Be very careful if you are going to do this. Okay. And our skillet cookie batter is complete. Just got to scrape all of it off. This is going to be delicious. So this is like a perfect spring, almost summer treat. Warm cookie with frozen vanilla ice cream. Can't go wrong there. All right, I'm going to put gloves on. You don't have to do that at home, but I'm going to go ahead and put gloves on just because it gets a little messy. So we have... I'm going to plop that right in there. You want to get every little bit of this. Also, this is, you can actually freeze the cookie dough or refrigerate it. You can refrigerate it before cooking it, about 3 to 4 days. Wrap tightly, refrigerated. If you don't use it within 4 or 5 days, then you can throw it in the freezer. But as you can see, all right, so we got a nice cookie dough there. I have a half cup measurer. It seems like a half a cup is a good way. So it looks like we can make 4 to 8 actually. But again, you probably don't want to go larger than a 6-inch because then it'll take longer to bake and the center might not be cooked all the way. Kind of like if you baked a giant cookie, it might be raw in the middle still. You'd need like a special oven. A little pan spray on the skillet. Okay. And then we're gonna smush this down. So we can go ahead and place it right in the middle there, about like that. And we're gonna smush it down. Okay. And then we're gonna go in the oven. And voila, a little magic trick. It is ready. So we just have a nice golden brown appearance there. I check it about after 20 minutes, 20 to 35 really. Depends how large you're gonna make it. The iron skillet takes a minute to heat up. So it's not like an air bake for normal cookies where you can have cookies done in 11 minutes. Keep in mind that the skillet takes a lot longer to heat up than an aluminum air bake cookie sheet.
So here we could do pizza a lot quicker.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, so you can go high temp for about 5 to 7 minutes, but then you have to really keep an eye on it. And then we're gonna finish it off with our scoop of ice cream. We get vanilla bean, and Doug's gonna enjoy it here in a minute. And there we go. You can also drizzle some caramel sauce on there if you'd like. Maybe some pecans. That would be I love candied pecans, so I would do that. But there you go, your basic skillet cookie. Ready to enjoy. And then I do have this dough, like I said, you can freeze it up. It's good in the fridge, 3 to 5 days. Wrap tightly. There you go. But it didn't really make that much if you think about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dino. To my knowledge, we don't have any questions just yet, but like I said, this is the most popular dessert in the restaurant. We do cook it in the pizza oven, so like Dino was mentioning, it cooks a lot more rapidly. We only have to wait, 4 or 5 minutes at the most in the pizza oven here. So anyways, I'm going to enjoy the skillet cookie. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the cooking demo today. We'll see you again next Wednesday at the same time. Take care.
Thank you, guys.